Hi everybody, my name is Courtney and I'm just here to talk to you guys a little bit about my experiences with this Assembly Bill project and trying to get a hold of a legislator to share my thoughts about it. My group and I researched telehealth bill. It's A1410, originally created in 2017 for New York State. And this bill was created to try and make a big research fund, a committee, and eventually get a network throughout New York State for telehealth services, so providers and nurses and aides would be able to provide effective telehealth communications for patients throughout the state. For my presentation for the legislator, as well as my professional nursing group that I planned, I had 5 main points that I wanted to talk about the telehealth bill. They were really what I thought would be the most, they were what I thought would benefit the most if telehealth passed, and I thought that the telehealth bill has the option or has the potential to support the rural community, which is a very big issue in the area that I live in, just because of the large amount of patients living in a rural community. They don't have transportation, really long wait times at the ER, and the telehealth bill would also support home care patients for similar reasons as rural patients, just mainly because they do have difficulty getting to the offices to be seen and just seeing the healthcare provider, so telehealth would kind of help to bridge that gap. I also thought that the telehealth, if it were to be passed eventually and a network were created, would reduce the number of hospital readmissions and cut costs, and then eventually support technological advancements in general. So that's what I set out to present to the legislator, and I thought that it would be very easy to get a hold of the legislator and be able to speak with them. It was not so. So when I was in nursing school, I actually went up for 2 years to Albany with all my classmates for Nurse Lobby Day. So we had a representative from the American Nurses Association drive with us all the way from Corning, New York to Albany on that 4 or 5 hour bus ride, and she helped organize our entire trip and get us in groups so we could speak to different legislators at the Albany office building. It was a great experience. We got to speak with the legislators in very small groups. It was almost one-on-one. It was maybe 10 of us per legislator. And we had a good amount of time with each legislator, so we got to talk about what we wanted to, share our personal experiences, and the legislators that I spoke to were very interactive and accommodating out at Albany. So I had very positive experiences in the past trying to get a hold of a legislator and speaking with one, so I thought that it would be very easy for this project. Unfortunately, it was not. So I live in Binghamton, New York right now, and the legislator for my area is Donna Lupardo. And on her website, there's this big green button that just says contact me. So I clicked the button, and that took me to a page where I could send an email out to her office. So I sent an email to her saying that I'm a citizen, I live in this area, I'm a registered nurse, and I would like to speak with you or one of your staff members regarding a bill about telehealth. And at first, I had some great email communication going on between Amy Abadi and Gloria Puff, and they seemed quite receptive of having me speak with them. However, they were both located in Albany, New York. Now, why in the world the assistants for Donna Lupardo, they were the legislative director and the chief of staff, why in the world they would be up in Albany when Donna Lupardo is located in Binghamton, I have no idea. I did not like that. And with my work schedule being Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and me being new at my office, I really had no way to get PTO to drive up there to Albany for a day and visit them. So I asked if I could do a phone interview with them, and they seemed receptive of that at first. And then when I went to actually schedule a concrete time and date to have that phone interview, they stopped replying. So I didn't even get to do that. And then a couple days later, I just called the office, and I ended up speaking with a man. His name was Brian Garcia. He was lovely. He is the administrative assistant at Donna Lupardo's office, and he's new to their office. He just started about a year ago, but he told me that he was involved in the bills at Donna Lupardo's office, and he would be happy to learn a little bit about telehealth from me and how he thinks that, or and how I think that it would affect the community. So I was able to have a nice long conversation with him. I told him about everything I wanted to regarding telehealth, nursing, my personal experiences, as well as some facts, because the facts are the ones that's going to make the difference at the end of the day. And then he was very receptive to it. He gave me feedback of what he thought like would and wouldn't work in the passing of the bill. And then he asked me a couple more questions about it because he was not too familiar with telemedicine himself. So I felt that I had a good experience speaking with the administrative assistant at the office. I wish that it was someone a little bit higher up in the office, but I am happy that I was at least able to get my voice heard in some way